It is November 6th, the day before Election Day in Connecticut. I'm Mark Stewart, candidate for next November for the governorship. I'd like to address young people, ages 25 all the way down to 15, because I want to talk about civics and voting on this soon-to-be Election Day. You won the right to vote at age 18 and 19 and 20. From hard efforts in the 1960s from advocates, they passed the 26th Amendment. And yet, very few youngsters with the right to vote exercise it. You know who votes? Old people. So it's no wonder when candidates know where the votes are coming from that they play to where the votes are coming from, and they play far more to the needs of old people compared to the youngest people. They listen more to older people, and to the extent that once they get into power, they legislate according to popular will. Older people with different ideas than younger people, and they are very wide apart, they're going to have sway. How can younger people take more control? You still won't measure up to the over 65 block, okay? The older people, they don't have that much to do. And they still read newspapers. They still follow civics. They listen to AM radio, things that you don't do and maybe never will. But you can still compete for the civics' attention by being attentive yourself. And you have a better medium than newspapers and AM radios and yellow pages. You have the internet, where the power of reasoned voice, reasoned videos, reasoned writings can go so far, so freaking fast. Use that power. Use it responsibly. Okay, Michelle Obama just said, don't just tweet, think things through. But when you do, know that you have power not just at the voting booth, but even beforehand. They say the system's rigged. It's only rigged because more people within the system pay attention. Okay? Our laws have not changed. If anything, they've gotten more permissive. But the people who take advantage of that permissiveness tend to be the well-heeled and older people. Now, I am not a fan of just letting anyone vote, just signs up. Okay? Motor voter is a bad exercise in democracy. I believe there should be more education before somebody is allowed with a ballot. Because somebody who is just based on emotion voting is canceling out the vote of somebody who's really reasoned through things, knows issues, knows candidates. It's not fair. Okay? I'm a fan, frankly, of giving parents more votes, one for every child, so that they do have the responsibility for every individual. Whether they use it or not, they still don't have to vote, but they would have that kind of power. Now, does this mean I'm squeezing the voting population? No, you're squeezing yourselves. You're squeezing down so that those who vote are those who want to vote. And as long as we stay open to anyone with decent qualifications, we are a good democracy. We will get what the people who care and care to express it really want. You who care to express yourselves at the voting booth could register in most towns today for elections tomorrow. If it's not today and it is too late, you can still be on the list as soon as you turn 18. Okay, you could sign up when you're 13. And then the polls, at least in my town, the registrar of voters, gets you registered formally to vote. You should be imbibing civics. Last week, I spoke to a group at a high school, Miss Porter's in Farmington. The young women there want to take in more of our local, state, and federal civic activity. I think that should be much more widespread. As I say, it is your future. Don't let other people mess it up.